Hi there and welcome back to 355 Code. Today we'll be doing another interview challenge on HackerRank. If you're not familiar, HackerRank is a really cool website with lots of information and challenges to prepare you for a job interview. Um, Today's challenge will be part of the algorithm section, and it's an easy level challenge. But this is kind of where you're going to want to start to build up skills slowly so you can tackle some of the harder challenges that they have. So this is what the challenge interface looks like. You're just going to want to make sure here that in language you select JavaScript. You can also try other languages if you're practicing others as well, but today we'll be solving this challenge with JavaScript. And here on the left, we have kind of an explanation of what the challenge is. And in the end, we're going to be writing our code right over here. So let's take a look at the challenge. And they made this really nice backstory, which helps because a lot of the problems that you'll be solving in real life will have real stories like this, because these are the kind of problems that you need to solve. In real life, you won't need to solve, you know, do something and something to an array. An array is already the second step. You're given a real life situation like this child's birthday, and you need to translate that into an array that you'll run a function on. So they've already done some of that for us. So we're going to be getting an array of candles. And the way this array works is that each item in the array is a candle on the birthday cake. And the kid is coming to blow out the cake. And he can only really blow out the tallest of the candles. And basically the number represents the height of the candle. So in the example array that they gave us here, 4 and 4, those are both the tallest candles. 1 is the shortest candle, and then there's another that's 3 high. And basically we want to find out, in this case, how many candles will the kid manage to blow out. And basically what we need to find is how many of the tallest candles are there in the array. So this is really like a two-step problem. We also need to find out which candle is the tallest candle, or which candles are the tallest candles, and count how many there are. So as you can imagine, we're going to be needing to do some loops here. We're going to declare some variables. If you want to try this challenge by yourself, you can pause the video right here and give it a go. And from now on, I will be explaining how I solved this challenge. And again, it's not the only way, I'm sure, but this is how I chose to deal with it. So we get this array of candles, and the first thing that we're going to want to do is to loop through this array and find the tallest candle. So let's start out by declaring a variable. And this variable will store the height of the tallest candle. So let's call this tallest candle height, okay? And this will start it off as being equal to the first item of the array, which is candle 0. So in this case, it would start off as 4. In another array, it might start off as another number. And now we're going to basically start looping through this array. So we're going to start off with I equals 1. And the reason we're going to do this is because we already have the height of candle 0 here. So we don't really need to check that one. And basically, as we loop through the array, we're going to check and see if each item is larger than the item that came before it. Okay? And if it is, then that becomes the tallest candle height. So for example, in this array, we start off with 4. We check, is 4 bigger than 4? No, it's not. Is 1 bigger than 4? No. Is 3 bigger than 1? No. Okay, so 4 would stay the highest number here. And in a different example, it would work out differently. And we're going to run this loop as long as I is smaller or equal to the length of this array, and that way we'll kind of run through the whole array here. And we're going to increment I by 1 each time. Great. So now what are we going to do each time that we that we move forward in our array? We want to check if, okay, candles I is bigger than tallest candle height, okay? And if it is bigger, then tallest candle height will be equal to candles I, okay? So basically what we did now is what I had explained before, okay? We're trying to find the tallest candle in the array. And as we run through this array, we can also simultaneously count how many of the tallest candle there are. And the way we're going to do that is by declaring another variable, and we're just going to call this tallest candle amount. And we're going to start it off with 1, okay? Because when we start off with tallest candle height of candle 0, we have 1 candle that's currently the tallest candle. And basically what we're going to say is that if the current candle is not taller than the candle before it, let's check if they're the same height. And if they're the same height, then we will add 1 to tallest candle amount. So let's see. So basically what we're checking here is if candles I is equal to tallest candle height. And if this is true, then we're going to add 1 to tallest candle amount. Okay, so let's take a look at what our code is doing right now. We're looping through the array. If a candle is taller than the one before it, then it becomes the tallest candle. And if it is equal to the one before it, then we increase the candle amount by 1. So we have a small issue here that we are going to need to reset the tallest candle amount if we change the tallest candle. Because let's say we have an example array. I'm going to write a new one because all the examples they gave here start with the tallest candle. So let's say it's 2, 4, 2, 1, 5, 7, 3. Okay, let's say that's the array. So we start with 2. Okay, so now 2 is the tallest candle, and then we get to, I'm going to change this to 1 for our example. Okay, so then we get to 1, 2 is still the tallest candle, we get to 2, 2 is still the tallest candle, and now tallest candle amount is equal to 2. Okay, 1, 2 is still the tallest candle, and then we get to 5. Okay, so in this case, 5 is bigger than tallest candle height. So the tallest candle height now becomes 5. Okay, but our tallest candle amount is still equal to 2, even though there's only one 5 candle here. So now what we want to do is basically add another action here in the case where we are changing the tallest candle height, and we also just want to set the tallest candle amount back to 1. Okay, so let's try this out. Right here at the end, what we want to return is tallest candle amount, right? Because they asked us to count how many of the tallest candles there are. So let's run our code right here on the bottom. And this will basically run the code against one sample test case. So we got this array, and our output was the expected output, so we passed this. And now we can try submitting our code. And now it's going to test against several test cases just to make sure we didn't make any mistakes. and our code is valid. So this is my solution to this cake candle birthday problem, whatever you'd like to call it. If you like this video, please give us a like. You can subscribe to see more videos like this in the future. If you solved it in another cool way, feel free to leave your solution or a link to your solution in the comments below. And in this description, you'll be able to, in the description of this video, you'll be able to find a link to this HackerRank challenge. You'll be able to find a link to the code of my solution. And that's all for today. I hope to see you next time.